I really like vagina. I mean, vagina is just so much better than penis. I mean, don't get me anything wrong. I don't have anything against, penises or, those who love them. Some of my best friends are, my penis. But, I mean, the word vagina is just so much stronger than the word penis. I mean, you could be a superhero with a name like vagina, like, I'm vagina! It's good, it's strong, it's powerful, right? Yeah, you can't be a superhero named penis. Hi, I'm penis. It's no good, it's weak, sorry to say, guys, but it's impotent. I mean, and when it comes to superpowers, I mean, penis, vagina has you beat hands down there. I mean, what are your superpowers anyway, penis? I mean, you're basically the Hulk. You get all pumped up when you're super excited. You can't really think straight or control yourself, and afterwards you feel nothing but regret. That's really all you got. I mean, maybe that shooting goo all over someone before completely deflating and eating a nap, a snack, or a cigarette. But what can vagina do? What are vagina's superpowers? I'm glad y'all asked. How about being the river of life from which all humanity flows? Yeah, how about mind control powers over a good part of the population? Hey penis, can you bleed for a week straight and live? I didn't think so. So I'm single. I know, when people find out, they're like, aw, but you're so handsome, sexy, intelligent, funny. And, I'm not saying that. They say that. I don't go around saying stuff like that. Could you imagine? My chiseled good looks, sex appeal, wit, and intelligence kind of speak for themselves, so I don't have to say it. And so I'm single. And, so this guy hits me up on Grindr, and he's like, what are you into? And I'm like, right off the bat, you're dealing with dumb, cheap, or lazy, right? Because people have that in their profile, but if you have the free account, you can't look at a bunch of profiles. So, I just said, well, hey, you're welcome to tell me what you're into, since just because you have a question, I don't have an answer. And he goes, well, getting to know if people have things in common is done through polite conversation. And I said, you're right. And I'm glad you said that. And I'm glad you learned your lesson, young man. So I'm single. So I was on Grindr, and this other guy hits me up. He's like, what are you into? Remember dumb, cheap, lazy? I've been on Grindr for like 45 seconds at this point, so I'm already losing interest. So I just view his profile, and I say, hey, dude, I read your profile. We're not a match. I nipped it in the bud, right? No, the guy responds, and he's like, I'm just curious. What makes you say we're not a match? So we're definitely dealing with dumb, right? Because I just said, I read your profile, and then I said, we're not a match. So it just logically follows that what makes me say we're not a match is, I read your profile. But I don't say any of that to him. I'm much more compassionate than that. I just didn't say anything at all. I ghosted it. And so I'm single. And so this guy hits me up, and he's like, oh, you're really hot. And from my last story how compassionate I am, so I was like, yeah, thanks, your picture's nice. And so he goes, well, if you're interested, we can exchange pics. I'm like, sure, yeah. And so, he ends up, saying, wow, you're a handsome devil with a smoking hot body. And I'm like, my God, what do you even say to that? This guy's can't think of anything to say. He's stating the obvious. So anyway, we meet for coffee, and of course I'm charming as hell. And then he goes, hey, are you married? I'm like, no, I'm not married. I'm meeting a guy I met on Grindr. What kind of guy does that? Wait, what, are you married? And the guy goes, I'm going to plead the fifth on that right now. I'm like, no, dude, you're not pleading the fifth on that right now. You literally told me you're married. So it was a waste of time, and I'm not judgmental at all. I say to each his own. He can do whatever he wants. He just can't do it with me. I'm not getting with another man's husband. They fought too long and hard for that right to treat it like, straight people. And although I do feel sullied and befouled by having been targeted by his predatory attempt to lure me into his adulterous, filthy fantasy, I'm not judging him. It's not my job to judge.
That's right.
It's Jesus' job. It's a sin and he's going to hell. That's what Jesus says. Y'all can look it up. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Thank you to the host.